Hermanos de Soundcheck, nos encontramos en un momento de lujo. Una figura dentro de la lucha libre internacional se encuentra con nosotros, muy conocido por todos ustedes, David Bautista Jr., mejor conocido como Dave Batista. Man, first of all, it's an honor. Thank you very much for the time of this interview.
Thanks for having me.
So, I know that you have a surgery in one of your biceps. How is the rehab?
It's good. It's all, it's pretty much healed up. I just have to wait to get medically cleared, but yeah, it's all good.
It looks,
it looks normal. Yeah, I'm using it against normal. You have to give it time to really get solid, to heal to get really solid.
And now, when you're ready, what's your next step in WWE?
Next up, not sure. Not sure when I'll go back, but hopefully it'll be sometime September. And I would imagine my first step would be to beat the living hell out of Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. Any message to Randy Orton?
No, I'm not one of those guys who, everybody who knows me, I don't talk a lot. I don't trash talk, do all my talking in the ring. But, he knows we've known each other for a long time. We went to training together, we went through Evolution together, so he knows what I'm about. And he knows he's got a good old-fashioned beatdown coming.
Cool. Honestly, because I don't really like Randy Orton. He's kind of show-off.
Yeah, nobody really likes him. Nobody likes him.
Cool. Now talking also about different things in your career, you're going to release a DVD, I Walk Alone, really soon, right?
Yeah, I think it's slated to be released in October. I'm not positive about that, but yeah, I did a thing just about, brief story about my life and career and stuff, and it'll be my first DVD, and yeah, it's definitely going to come out this year.
Now, talking about those early days of your career, at the really beginning, you start with another names, and then you change to Batista. What could be the most important thing that you learn with those characters, and you use it with this character?
Well, honestly, the most important thing that I learned was, the character thing. It doesn't really work nowadays. People want to know. They want to know you. They want to connect with you. They want to know the real you. When I started, being true to myself, I really made that connection with the audience, and so I think that's what it's about. Just being true to yourself rather than being a character.
Cool. Now, also one good thing, you also did a movie called The Wrong Side of the Town.
Wrong Side of Town. Yeah, it was my first film, and my part's not huge in it, but I got to do it with a buddy of mine. He was a former WWE superstar, Rob Van Dam. And so there were some good moments between us, and we already had chemistry because we worked together a lot. But my first experience, and it was great, and I think it's going to be a really good movie. And Rob, I think a lot of people are going to be impressed with Rob on this. He really did a great job.
Cool. And how hard is star acting? You really like? Do you feel natural?
It's weird. I didn't know what to expect. I've never, I'm not an actor, and I didn't take any lessons or anything. And it was actually, I was pretty nervous about it, but it was cool. My character was cool. My character was really, I actually wrote the part to my character, oh, cool. So it was kind of stuff that I would normally say anyway. So it wasn't a far stretch. It was just, but it still was a little bit uncomfortable because, in wrestling we're performing live and we're really just kind of, being ourselves and talking to the audience, and we're talking to thousands of people. But when they say action on a movie set and there's just that camera and everybody's silent and it's just you speaking, it's really kind of nerve-wracking.
I know, you're like, whoa, man, this time. Now, talking about, I really believe that every fighter have a magical moment in his career. What could it be your magical moment right in your whole career right now?
My WrestleMania 21 win over Triple H. I mean, this was the first time I ever held the World Heavyweight Championship, and it actually was, the pivotal turning point of my career. My career skyrocketed from there. And there was a lot that built up to that moment, but from there it was never the same. I was on my own, and it was one of those things where you swim or you sink, and I did it, man. I'm very, very proud of that moment. Very proud of that moment.
Awesome. And what about when you were a teenager, a kid? Which wrestling match do you watch that you really think, okay, this is what I want to do for life?
It's weird because I watched wrestling. I was a huge fan when I was a kid, but I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that I would be, performing for the WWE. I just never imagined, never.
So you didn't watch like many matches when you were?
Oh yeah, no.
Like Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I watched tons of matches, but I never thought that I would be wrestling. But when I was a little kid, the Warlord was my favorite. He was always my favorite, just because he was so big and enormous. Yeah, but all those matches, that's funny you said Hulk Hogan. Right before WrestleMania 21, it was suggested to me by a friend, a very close friend, that I watch that match, Hulk Hogan versus the Warrior, Ultimate Warrior, to get, to see it. That match had such a big fight feel to it, and he wanted me to get the sense of that, because I had never had a big match like that. It was my first big match like that, and he wanted me to get the feel of that and watch it and kind of, take something away from it.
Cool. Now, the entrance of Batista is really spectacular. Who come with the idea with the fireworks and like me shooting?
Actually, the machine gun thing was suggested by Shane McMahon. Yeah, and the sumo thing, I was a big fan of sumo wrestling, so I always did that, and I subconsciously did it. But I love, I don't know if you've ever seen sumo wrestling.
Yeah, of course.
But that's where I stole it. That's where I stole that from. Yeah.
Cool. And now, right now, former WWE stars in another sport called mixed martial arts, UFC. We see Bobby Lashley. We see Brock Lesnar. What's your opinion about it?
I'm all for it. I'm a big fan. I think Brock's, he's a different kind of guy. But to know him is to love him. He's not always the most politically correct guy. Sometimes he says some really off the wall stuff. But I think if you dig down there deep enough, you'll find a pretty good guy. And Bobby Lashley, I've always liked Bobby Lashley. Even when Bobby Lashley was in OVW, our training camp, I said, God, please bring this guy up. Please bring him up. I really liked him. And, I think he's going to do well in fighting. I'd like to see him fight in the UFC, see where that goes. But, yeah, I'm a big supporter of both of theirs, and I consider them both friends, and I'm a huge fan of MMA.
Awesome. Last question. I read, and I saw actually a picture that you collect lunch boxes.
Yeah, I do.
Since when?
God, I've been collecting lunch boxes since maybe 2003, 2004.
Which one is the one that is your favorite lunchbox?
I have a 1967 Green Hornet lunchbox. And the reason it's my favorite is because it's got Kato on it, and Kato was played by Bruce Lee, and I'm a huge Bruce Lee buff.
Awesome. So you like Enter the Dragon?
Oh, of course, yeah, of course, yeah. I actually saw that in the theaters when I was a little kid. Yeah, I've always practiced and been a fan of martial arts, and so yeah, Bruce Lee. I mean, God, I can't say enough about it. He's like God to me.
Awesome. Well, man, thank you very much. It's a real honor to talk with you. You're an example for how an athlete have to be, and good luck. Hopefully, you're gonna have the belt again soon.
Hopefully one day.
Hopefully one day. That is really soon. You're gonna see.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, hermanos. Ya lo vieron, grande entre los grandes, Batista. Ya se acabó el programa, hermanos. Ay, que decía Leve. Nos vemos en la que sigue. Esto fue Soundcheck. Chao.